This is a short and sweet conditioning video for splits. We'll get started by warming up our bodies. Let's begin with some high knee lifts. We'll begin warming up the fronts of our legs. We'll point our feet. Pull your knees as high up towards your chest as you can. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we'll try to kick our butts with our heels. Kicking, 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 kicking. Try to engage the backs of your thighs. We'll stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully we got our heart rates up a little bit. If you would like, you can use some ankle weights as we start with our conditioning. If you don't have ankle weights, you can also use a band, but ankle weights will be best for this one. We'll bend forward, forearms onto a surface that's below your hips. You might try a couch or a bench or a dining room chair. We're gonna bend forward with our legs really straight and our feet flat on the floor and evenly weighted. The forearms come down onto the bench. We'll take one leg behind. Engage your belly a lot and then lift your leg up as high as you can. Then we'll lift it a little bit higher by engaging the seat and then lower it down. We'll keep going like this. Up, a little higher, and down. Up, a little higher, and down. We're here for 10 repetitions, really engaging your glutes and trying not to arch your lower back. Lift up, a little higher, and down. Up, a little higher, and down. We'll do 3 more on the side. 2, and 1 more. Let's take it to the other side. We'll quickly check that our weight's even through our feet. Our legs are straight, the abs are engaged, back is flat, and we'll take the other leg out. We lift up as high as we can, a little bit higher, and then down. Lift up, a little higher, and lower. Keep it going. Continue to keep your abs engaged. Lifting up, a little higher, and down. We should be getting a little bit of a stretch in the back of the standing leg. And really engaging the seat. Keeping the belly pulling in so that we don't rock the lower back, and we really let the range of motion come from the legs at the hip joint. 1 more here, lowering it down. From here, we'll come to all fours. Let's drop down onto our forearms, and then we're taking the leg out to the side. We're gonna lift the leg as high as we can in a little fire hydrant, and then straighten your leg, bend it, and lower down. So we come out to the side as high as we can, we straighten, bend, and lower. For this exercise, if you don't have ankle weights, you can do it with a band around your knees. If you have one of these little loop bands, just hook it around your thighs above your knees, and you should be able to do the same exercise with some resistance. Lifting as high as you can, straightening the leg, bending it, lowering down. We'll do 3 more here. We're going for 10. 1 more. And then we'll take it to the other side. Option to be on your hands as well if you'd like here. Hands or forearms. We take the leg as high as we can. We straighten, bend, lower. We'll go out, straighten, bend, and down. Keeping it going, really pulling in with your belly, moving in as big of a range of motion as you can. We've got 3 more here. Hopefully our glutes are starting to feel warm. And then we'll turn over, sitting on your bottom with your legs straight out in front of you. Once you're here, we'll sit up super, super tall. And then as much as you can, leaning forward with a flat back, hands on the floor. And you may choose to do this without ankle weights, depending on the strength of your quads, but we're gonna work to warm up the fronts of the legs. We'll lift each leg 10 times. 2, 1, and then other side. Shake it out if you need to in between. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shaking out the legs. You're welcome to get rid of your ankle weights here if you would like, or keep them on. You're gonna need a band of some sort. You could also use a yoga strap or a towel if you don't have either of those. We're gonna put the band around the arch of the foot, and we're gonna straighten out our other leg on the mat. We'll start pulling on the band with whatever is a mellow stretch for you, something where you feel a stretch but not too much. We'll hold that for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll push into the band as hard as we can, trying to engage the backs of the legs while holding that band really steady for the same count of 10. We'll take the stretch in a little bit further, getting some length in the back of the leg, feeling a little bit more intense stretch now, and holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll push into the band again. Trying not to let the leg move from you, but really activating all the muscles in the back of your leg. So pushing and holding there. We'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do that again, taking it to just about what feels like your furthest range of motion that's comfortable. So we're not going for a super, super intense stretch, but just feels like a really solid stretch for you. We'll hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then again, we're pushing into the band, trying to hold on to the band with the hands to make sure that we don't let the leg get further away, but we really activate all the muscles in the back of the thigh, pushing into the band here. And then we'll switch to the other side. Band on the foot. Again, we'll start with what just feels like a very gentle stretch. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then push into the band for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll take it further. So a little deeper stretch, what feels like a medium stretch for you. And then holding there, we'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then push into the band. Stretching for 10, 9, 8, 7, activating all those muscles. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then taking it to whatever feels like your most stretch. And just holding with the muscles relaxed for 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll push into the band for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll go ahead and release that. From here, we will come to a little bit of a rotation for the hip and a little more hip extension. So laying on your belly. Ankle weights are helpful here, but not absolutely necessary. We're gonna pull the leg in, So the heel in towards the bottom. And then let's rotate the leg to the left and to the right. If you have a peanut, one of these guys, like two balls glued together, we can set it underneath the line just inside of the hip so that we get a little pressure on some of our hip flexors. And then we'll do that again, rotating. As we go, we're going to try to pull the heel towards the bottom. And then go to your full range of motion as the foot comes out to the side away from the body, taking it as far as you can, engaging your seat, and then coming in and across the body. And we'll go up and over to the other side, keeping your heel kind of pulling in towards your bottom the whole time. We'll do one more on each side like this. And then let's go ahead and move the peanut if you have one. We'll switch to the other leg and heel in towards your bum. We'll rotate the leg out and across the body. Again, pulling your heel in towards your bottom the whole time. And trying to keep your hip bones really grounded down in the floor. We'll just do a couple more here. And then we'll go ahead and switch to the other leg again, pulling the heel in towards your bottom, push your pubic bone into the floor and then lift your belly button up towards the ceiling, and then lift your knee up and down. We'll do 10 of these, so really engaging your seat, trying to get some length in the front of the hip, keep your pubic bone and your hip bones down so that the length has to come from the front of your hip and thigh. We'll keep the heel pulling in towards the bottom, 3 and 2. One more, lower it down, we'll take it to the other side. Heel in towards your bottom, lift the knee off and lower, up and down. We'll keep it going. Pulling your belly in the whole time, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll lower that down. All right, we'll get into a little bit of stretching now. If you do still have ankle weights on, we'll get rid of those now. And here is where you'll probably want some yoga blocks. So we'll start just holding on to some yoga blocks. Let's go ahead and straighten whichever leg you're going to have forward first, out in front. We'll do a little point and flex here. Begin to just take some inventory in your body, finding length in the back of your leg and pulling in with your belly, flattening out in your back. And then we're rocking forward, coming into a nice hip flexor stretch. Think about dropping your tailbone towards the ground, pulling in with your belly and lengthening through the front of your hip and thigh. If this is a good stretch for you here, then wonderful. We'll stay there and hold for a moment. If it's not too much, we can bend the back leg, grab the foot, pull it in towards the heel, and then continue to work that stretch. This should add a little bit more in the front of the thigh. Holding and breathing here. We'll release that. Now we'll come into our splits. So again, having some yoga blocks here will be really helpful for this next bit. We'll slide out into whatever version of the splits is available to you. You should pull in with your belly, engage your seat, and then slide out down into your splits. We're going to hold for a count of 10, wherever this may be for you. And then with the yoga blocks by your hips, we're going to push down with our hands, lift your hips up and push your legs down into the floor. The front foot and the back foot. We're holding here for a count of 10. And then we'll lower down. Rest into your splits for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll push down, lift up, push your feet down into the floor, really actively engaging the back of your front leg, the front of your back leg, extending and engaging all those muscles, and lowering down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do one more like that. Push down, lift up, push your legs into the floor really, really strong. And we'll lower down. And let's go ahead and come on out of there. And we'll switch to the other side. Other leg forward. We'll take just our little hamstring stretch here, flat back leg forward, point and flex your foot, extend through the back of your leg. Three, and 2, and 1. And then we'll rock the knee, hips forward, knee over ankle. And then again, just finding a stretch for the front of your hip and thigh. We'll just hold here for a moment. And then option to also grab that back foot, pulling it in towards your butt with your hand. A little deeper stretch. And then we'll release that. Again, finding your yoga blocks. Sliding out into your splits. Holding your stretch here for 10 seconds. We'll try to keep the hips square, the abs engaged, the seat helping out. And then let's push down, lift up, push your feet down into the floor as hard as you can. Really engage all the muscles in your legs, drawing them downward. And then we'll lower it down. Pushing down, engaging through the legs again, holding it for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it down, resting into your splits. And then one more, push down. With your hands, lift your body up, push your legs down into the floor, holding, holding, holding. Lowering it down. Again, stretching here. Let's do one more like this. Push down, lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll come on out of there. And then let's go ahead and stretch our center splits. So we're going to come into a little froggy position. Taking your knees out wide and trying to get your shins so that they're lined up this way, both legs, feet, and heels aligned. I sometimes like to have yoga blocks under my forearms. You're welcome to do that. We're going to pause here, engaging through the inner thighs, keeping the belly nice and strong. And then we're just going to move the hips, so sinking the tailbone towards the ground and rounding through the lower back, and then arching in the lower back. And we'll round the low back and arch the low back. We're going to do 3 more like this, tailbone towards the ground, and then arching. 2 more, tailbone heavy, belly lifting, arching the low back. We'll do 1 more. And then let's go ahead and stretch our full center splits. So we'll come up and feet come about as wide as you are comfortable here. And again, we're going to push the feet down into the ground. So really engage your inner thighs, hold yourself up with the hands on the yoga blocks, and then we'll slide on down, resting into our center split for a count of 10. And then pushing down again, really engaging through your inner thighs, pull your belly in, and then sliding it down and holding here. And one more, push down and engage those inner thighs. And then rest down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come on out of that. That concludes our quick little splits conditioning and stretch session. I hope you guys have a great day.